Hello, how are you? All good? Fantastic. So this has been a great conference. I am actually quite honoured to be the last person who's going to speak to you. Well, Zuzi will speak to you. We're going to talk a little bit about employee contracts. We're going to talk about how organisations can incentivise and motivate. So what's wrong with the current model? Well, it's quite simple, really. It doesn't work. How does it work? So number one, every study tells us that bonuses don't work. Bonuses haven't worked for the last 30 years, and there's no difference between an agile organisation and a non-agile organisation, so they don't work. There is an exception. If you have an organisation who is, how shall we put it, if you're not being paid enough, right, then yes, bonuses do work. But assuming everyone is on a decent salary, which in knowledge work, software development and so forth, then bonuses aren't a motivating factor. Number two, right, agile organizations are generally flatter. Yes, we've spoken about self-management and completely flat organizations, but even companies like SAP or IBM, where I used to work, are slowly getting rid of layers of management. So what does that mean? Fewer promotions. So, how do we motivate? How do we incentivize? We don't have bonuses, we don't have promotions. Very, very quickly. First of all, it comes down to what is motivation. Principle number one, all motivation is intrinsic, which means I can't motivate you. I cannot give you a motivation, it comes from within. This is called the Reese profile, or a Reese model. This was based on a series of research that looks at what are the 16 basic desires that an individual has. Every person in the world has these motivations in greater or lesser extents. I won't read them out, you can read them for yourself, or just Google Reese profile. Now, what does this mean for HR? I can't motivate you, but I can incentivize you based on your intrinsic motivation. We did some research. We brought together a collection of thought leaders in the agile HR space. I hate the term thought leader, by the way, but I'll use it nonetheless. And these people did literature research. We looked at what was out there in the market, what were the best practices from companies, and we synthesized this into, first of all, a series of principles. 8 to be precise. People want. What do people want? They want purpose. They want to know that what they're doing has a goal, it is achieving something. Whatever that something is, doesn't really matter. They just want to feel like they're a part of it. They want fairness. 2 people doing the job for a similar pay. They don't want to be paid differently if they're doing the same work. 2, they want transparency. They want to know what they're going to get, how they're going to get it, when they're going to get it. No ambiguity. They want to develop, they want to learn, they want to grow. If you do not give them growth opportunities, they will find them in another organization. They want recognition, they want pride. To go back here, where do we have? Status. One of the key motivating factors that people have is the ability to have status, the ability to have recognition for the work that you do. This could be public, such as standing up here. Status is a high motivating factor for me. I like having people go, hey, Evan, you're a great person. I love what you're talking about. That makes me feel good. Here, people want compensation. They want to get paid. That's kind of obvious. People want consistency. So year to year, people want to know that if I do the same job, I'm going to get more or less the same thing. They want to know what that looks like. People want health and happiness. That's kind of straightforward. And I'm about to run out of time because the doors are opening. Alright, some practices, very, very quickly. Number one, transparent salary formula. What does that mean? That means that you know exactly how your salary is calculated. You know how his salary is calculated, you know how his and her salaries are calculated. There are some organizations that go even further and will publish what is your salary, what is your salary, what is your salary, what is your salary. So there is complete transparency. That's an extreme case, not all organizations will go that far. I'm speaking very fast, I'm sorry. Bonuses or profit shares? Yes, bonuses are still a motivating factor, they're just not a very good one. We do recommend that when you create a bonus, it should be the exact same number, not a percentage. Right? You don't get 3% of your salary and 3% of your salary. You get $1,000, you get $1,000. That is much fairer and has a greater motivating factor for everybody, especially those at the lower levels of the organization, when they know that the CEO is going to get the same exact number as they're going to get. They want development opportunities. That's kind of straightforward. They want growth and promotion. Now, in an agile organization, promotion is different to in a non-agile organization because we disconnect rank management from promotion. I can be a junior developer, a senior developer without ever having to manage a single person. An agile organization means that I can be promoted, I can get that status and that recognition and that extra title without actually going up in the organization. I still have more responsibilities related to my role, but I don't manage people, which is great because we have fewer managers in an agile organization. Education and training, I think that's kind of understanding. Additional benefits, so what's that? That's everything from healthcare and additional leave benefits, the ability to take paternity leave or parental leave, just the general stuff that we want to make our lives a bit easier. Right? Those can be used as motivating. Those can be used to incentivize. Right? Public recognition, I touched on that. Last one is gifts. How much time do I have? I have a couple of minutes. Gifts are interesting. The research shows that if I was to give you a $1,000 bonus, right, it has a small motivating factor. Right? The incentive that gives you to work harder is about this much. Right? If I, however, say, we succeed on this project, I'm going to take you, your family, and your family, and your family, and your family, everyone on my project team, we're going to go across to, or we're in Europe, we're going to go to Italy for a weekend. Right? So I'm going to spend $1,000 on each of you. Right? That gift of that holiday has a much greater motivating factor than the cash. Right? And then studies have shown that. The great thing about this is it goes back to these basic desires. Right? So if I have family as a motivating factor, there's family's there, then give me something that encourages family. If I have status or well, vengeance or romance aren't really relevant, but if I have status, that's recognition. So, where are we? There we go. We've done a white paper on this. If anyone would like to download it, email me and I will send you the link to download the white paper. Or there's the link to download the white paper. Come and have a chat with me. And I have one printed copy if anyone wants a copy. Thank you very much.